What's up guys, Brian here down in the Gecko Lab. Thank you so much for joining me. This is the weekly Hatchling report. Well, good evening everybody. My goodness, it's good to see you. It has been a while since I uploaded a video, a couple of weeks now. I apologize for the delay. Things have been a bit crazy here between the Black Friday sale, which I'm going to talk about a lot today. Shipping out everything that got sold in that sale was obviously absolute madness. My other job at UPS obviously gets pretty hectic during the Christmas season, and I'm doing a little bit of construction at my house, remodeling our bathroom, which has been a bit of a disaster. It's not bad, but it's one of those projects that was supposed to be 4 days and now it's going to be like 3 weeks. So I got a lot to get into. I'm going to tell you guys some stories about all that, and we're going to check out some cool geckos that have hatched recently. This is the weekly Hatchling report, the show where I do just that, tell you guys stories, show you some cool geckos. The weekly part of the name is a bit weird because it's not always geckos that hatch that week, but these are all fairly new hatchlings. So let's get right into it. First of all, I have to say thank you. As you guys know, I recently had my Black Friday sale. Now, every year my Black Friday sale is my biggest event of the year. It's when I put up the most geckos, I make it the most interactive. I kind of put the most energy into that sale and I try and make it the most fun, and it's also usually the most successful for me. It's definitely what I look forward to most as far as sales go in this business. And I'm speechless about what happened this year. So early this year, we'll go back to last year, last Black Friday, you know, I've had a pretty successful Black Friday sale. It's become an annual thing. And last year I almost screwed it up. I didn't give myself enough time to prep for it. And last year was very hectic for me. I almost didn't get the geckos up for sale. It was very stressful. I didn't plan ahead. And this year I really wanted to prevent that. So this year I actually took a week off my other job. I spent a good chunk of that time down here just sorting through animals, taking photos. You guys have no idea how much work it is to photograph 200 and something animals, sort them, tag them, get all their photos on the computer, load all their photos up to the website, build web pages to sell every single gecko. It takes so much work. And this year, luckily I planned ahead. I made enough time to do it. And I knew in my head in about August, I knew I really want to go big this year for Black Friday. I knew that the market for geckos is really, really strong right now. I knew that I've had a great response to all my sales this year. So I thought, I'm gonna go big this year. I'm gonna save a bunch of stuff back, which I did, and I knew I was gonna have a lot of stuff. I was hoping to hit 100. I think last year I did 116 geckos I did for Black Friday last year. This year I was hoping to break 150. I knew I had a lot of stuff held back, and when it came time to actually photograph and list everything, I ended up with about 220 geckos. It was incredible. I was very nervous going into this because I've never done a sale this size. I've never done one of this magnitude. I've never done one with geckos that were this rare and valuable. I didn't know how that would go. I didn't know what the response would be like. And it's always nerve-wracking when I put 100 geckos up for sale and then I'm like, man, what if they don't sell? What if they don't really get bought? What if I only sell 20 of them and then I've got 80 geckos that are, I'm sitting at them going, man, what do I do? I got to find ways to sell them. I was nervous. This time I had 220 something geckos up for sale. It was incredible. You guys blew me away. As I said, I have to say thank you so much to you. That is the theme of this video. I know that Thanksgiving is far gone now by the time I actually got down to making this. Thanksgiving is past, but this is my what I'm thankful for video. And the first thing I'm thankful for is all of you. Not just everybody who bought a gecko. Obviously a huge emphasis on those of you that bought a gecko from Black Friday because the sale was an incredible success. We actually sold out. I'm going to get into some of the numbers here in a minute, but I completely sold out. By far the biggest sale I've ever done, by a magnitude of like a third or a half again over my next biggest sale, and we completely sold out. We didn't even make it to the end of Black Friday. It was wild. So obviously a huge thank you to everyone who purchased a gecko, but this doesn't all happen without everybody in this kind of ecosystem that I've built here. It's not about just who buys geckos. It's about all of you who watch my videos. If you share my videos with your friends, if you interact with me on Facebook, if you comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, like a photo on Facebook, share a photo on Facebook, like a photo on Instagram, any of that, all of that. Every tiny little thing, every interaction I have with every single person, all of that comes together to build what I've been able to create here, and I cannot do any of it without you guys. So I understand that fully. I fully recognize how ridiculous my life is, that this is what I get to do for a living. It blows me away. I cannot thank you guys enough. It's really, this time of year, it just really hits me that it's just incredible what you guys have helped me build. So thank you so much. Thank you to everybody who bought a gecko. You guys don't know how much that means to me. Yes, this is my job. I work another job at UPS, but it's very part-time. I'm mostly just there for the health insurance. I don't really make any money there. This is my source of income. So when you guys buy a gecko from me, you're not only buying a gecko from me, like, this is how I feed my children, how I pay my bills, pay my mortgage, everything. This means the world to me. It's literally my life. So thank you all, every single one of you, so much. It's incredible what you've helped me do. Now, the Black Friday sale. I want to get into this because you guys totally blew me away. I think last year, if I remember right, I listed 116 geckos and I sold like 112 of them by the end of the weekend after Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving starts Thursday. By that Monday, I had sold 112 of 116 or something like that. It was very close to that. And I remember being blown away by that. It was incredible. And like I said, this year I wanted to go even bigger. So I listed 200, I think it was 223 individual geckos. Some of them were in groups that you could buy, like a group of 5 or something. And I really thought in my head, I kind of have goals that I set when I do a sale. And in my head, my goal was if I sell 150 geckos, I'm happy. That's the goal I want to get to by the Monday after Thanksgiving. If I've moved 150 of them, that is going to be incredible. Well, you guys came through in a big way. A big part of this sale was an issue I've had in a lot of my sales, which is the way I do my sales, as most of you know, I put up a preview about a week beforehand, so you can see everything that's going to be in the sale on my website, but the store feature is locked, you can't buy anything. And then at whatever time the sale starts, say like this time it was Thursday at 8 a.m., the website unlocks and you can buy everything. It's all first come, first serve. Well, I always have people who will see something they really want and they message me and they say, I'll give you an extra, X amount of money for that one over your asking price if you'll sell it to me early. And I've handled this different ways throughout the years. I've tried telling everybody no and making everybody wait till it's first come, first serve. And then if there's any sort of an issue with my website, which there always is, people cry, oh, that's not fair. Your website didn't work for me and that's why I didn't get the gecko I wanted. So then I've tried, okay, if you message me early, I'll sell them. And then I get people saying, well, that's not fair. I sat around and waited till the posted time like a good person and I didn't get it because you sold it and you didn't tell anybody. So it's just impossible to make everybody happy. So this time I was very forward and I put it up on my website. It was in the rules. It said, hey, everything goes up for preview Monday. It's all available first come, first serve Thursday. Discount deals start Black Friday. Between Monday and Thursday, if there's something you really want and you want to make me an offer, please shoot me a message. I really thought I was going to get maybe a dozen messages. I usually sell a handful beforehand when I do something like this. And I really thought, okay, there's going to be a couple that somebody's really going to want and they're willing to give me an extra little bit of money for it. And I was dead wrong. I cannot describe to you the flood of messages I got. I probably got 300 messages between my email, Instagram, and Facebook. And my personal Facebook, I probably got 300 messages of people asking if they could buy geckos early for more than my asking price, which maybe means that I'm terrible about pricing my geckos and they're all way too cheap because everybody wants to give me more than I'm asking for them. But I don't care. I price them where I feel comfortable. And I thought I'd sell maybe a dozen beforehand. You guys, I sold 77 out of the 200 and something geckos before the sale even started, every single one of them over my asking price. I was blown away. I cannot describe to you how thankful I am, how lucky I am, how ridiculous this all seems to me, frankly. Like I was shocked 77 of them. And the only reason the number was 77 is because I had another 40 or so messages I physically didn't have time to answer. So I apologize to anybody who wasn't able to get the gecko they wanted, or you sent me a message and I couldn't get back to you, or we couldn't close the deal. I literally, for 3 days, all I did was sit at my computer and answer messages, and I couldn't get to everybody. You know, my wife and my kids are like, you know, they were all pissed off because it's the week before Thanksgiving and the kids are out of school, and I'm sitting at the kitchen table at my laptop trying to close deals and make arrangements with people. And it was incredible. It was wild. It was certainly incredibly stressful, but obviously very worth it. And just the response was overwhelming, and I am beyond thankful and beyond speechless for that. So that was leading up to Thanksgiving, and then Thanksgiving Day, when the website opens, a whole mess of other stuff got purchased, and that was obviously incredible, and I was super pleased with that. And then when Black Friday started and the discount deals started rolling out every hour, I would do every hour a new discount comes out, and each discount's bigger than the last one, but you don't know what the next one is. It makes it a really fun game. I talked about it before. We didn't even get to the end of it. I had 3 more discounts that I was going to post, and by the time I got to the third to last one, I had 1 gecko left for sale. And the second to last one was a buy one, get one free deal. I'm like, well, I can't do that because there's not even 2 geckos for somebody to buy to make use of this. So I just ended up putting that one at a big discount, and it sold, and I was blown away. All day Friday, I was here feeding animals, running the sale, posting videos, and just absolutely blown away at the response. And not even just the response sales-wise, the response from, I had so many people reach out and tell me congratulations on selling out. Your sale was so successful. What you do is amazing. Congratulations. That's so awesome. Like, the positivity that has taken over this community of crested gecko people is so beautiful. I've talked in past videos before about how selling high-end crested geckos in the past, like 8-10 years ago, it was vile. People would get mad. I had death threats one time because I paid more than people thought a crested gecko should be worth. Like, people would get so mad at you for selling expensive geckos or buying expensive geckos, and it was like, it was a badge of honor to treat it like a hobby and not make money on it and not charge money for geckos. And it was gross. People were mean and petty, and the amount of love and support that this community has now for other people's success did not exist 5-10 years ago. And the fact that it does now, and so many people reached out and there was so much positivity, was incredible. And that meant so much to me. That was just fantastic. So thank you guys again for that. I have so much to be thankful for. God, I think that's enough of me rambling on about this sale. I was just so blown away, and I'm so incredibly lucky and thankful and honored at what you guys have helped me build with all of this, the whole business, the YouTube channel, everything, the whole thing. So thank you so much. Now, enough of me blabbing on. I know you're tired of it. Let's get into the geckos. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. That's why we're all here. The last weekly hatchling report that I posted was titled something like Close But Not Quite, I think is what I called it. And that was really the story of, I had a group of hatchlings all come out, you know, fairly close to each other, and a bunch of them were really nice, but they were all missing something that would have made them like really, really what I'm going for with that project. Like, there was some het axanthics, some visual lily whites, het axanthics that didn't get double visual genes. So this time, these are all hatchlings that came out Thanksgiving week, because all of the things that I just went through that I'm so thankful for and how incredible that week was for me, it gets even better. It's almost an embarrassment how good of a week I had that week, because the sale went like that and you guys helped me just do something that incredible. And then I still had geckos hatching, and wait till you see what hatched. The week before was close but not quite. Not this time. This one, we hit it on the head. These are all geckos from Thanksgiving week. We're going to start here first with a Nightlight offspring. Nightlight is a drippy dorsal, a really light drippy dorsal pinstripe. I bred him to a bunch of C2 yellow quad stripes. Check this kid out. Giant head on this one, those big floopy crests. I love that. Really cool pattern, bright color. These photos were taken when he was 1 day old. Absolutely gorgeous. Love that gecko. That's one that I'm certainly watching to see how it grows up, because if it gets that drippy dorsal trait, those spots coming down, that's going to be a nice one. Of course, I got to include the Dalmatians. I know some of you guys don't like seeing them because they're kind of bland when they hatch, but check this first one out. Big group of spots right behind its back leg. Really cool. These are a cross of my confetti line, my red spot confetti line, with some yellow based Dalmatians. I'm really trying to get those yellow spots. The red spots on a yellow-based gecko. Hasn't worked out great so far, but I'm gonna keep trying. So this first one was really nice, lots of spots coming in, and of course the second one, a couple of really big spots. I like that. Pretty interesting little hatchlings there. Next up, we did have a visual axanthic hatch that week. Check this guy out. These ones, like when they come out with that white down the dorsal, that white color usually doesn't stay. It'll fade away as he grows, and this one will end up being completely gray. The white on the tail will stay, but it's always great to see an axanthic hatch out. Absolutely love it every single time. Next up, we have another Nightlight offspring. This is from a different clutch that was sired by Nightlight. This one, even bigger head, even droopier crests and dorsals. Quad stripes on this guy, bright white pinning, absolutely gorgeous. Another one to watch, because if that gets that drippy dorsal trait, it's going to be a fantastic one. Next up, another visual axanthic that hatched out. Now check this one out. Going into 2021, I'm finally at a point where I have enough axanthics breeding here that I'm gonna start branching off into more projects. Axanthic projects are hard because to make new combos, you have to make hets first, and it takes a couple years to do it. And at first I wasn't doing that because I was just trying to produce more axanthics to build up the breeding stock and be able to get some to market. Now that I've got enough, I'm going to branch out a little bit. And one of my big projects for 2021 is axanthic Dalmatians. I've had some hatch out with Dalmatian spots, but I haven't specifically focused on this, and that's something I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a video on that at some point in the future, showing off what I'm gonna breed to start that project. But check this kid out first. A really cool axanthic, very light gray with lots of big spots on his side. Really big, really cool spots on this one. I was super excited to see this one come out because it kind of jump starts my axanthic Dalmatian project. This one I will use as a breeder in 2 years when my first het axanthic super Dalmatians that I'm going to hatch this summer get full grown. I'll already have a visual axanthic Dalmatian and this guy fully grown that I can breed back into those. So that really kind of speeds up this project. So I was super excited to see this one. I am really looking forward to see the results of that project. So that one was nice. And then of course, next up, the last video, I think I had, if I remember right in the last video, it's been a few weeks, but I think there were 2 visual lily white het axanthics. Well, I had another one hatch out Thanksgiving morning, and it's a double visual, a lily white axanthic. Absolutely beautiful. Every time one of these hatches out, I absolutely love it. Just look at that color, so monochrome, those eyes, those silver eyes, just incredible. I cannot get over these guys. Easily my favorite geckos. I knew for a long time, I had a picture in my head of what these would look like, and I knew it was going to be incredible. I hoped it would turn out as nice as I hoped, and it did. They're amazing. So obviously it was a good week of hatchlings for me, on top of just being Thanksgiving. Got to see some of my family that I hadn't seen in a long time. Of course, the sale was amazing. Just overall, that was one of the best weeks I've had in a long time. So I'm glad that I'm finally back to making videos so I can share that with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I cannot tell you how much you guys mean to me and how much all of this means to me. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Thank you guys. Be safe, be happy, be kind. I love you all. I'll see you soon.